Okay, we'll start with the examples we discussed on static and dynamic partitioning. Okay, so we just discussed the concept. Let's do the hands-on. So basically, I will start with the static partitioning. Okay, where we'll pass the partition value. So basically, let's say I created a partition table. Like if you look at this table, employee partition table, and the difference is partition by you need to provide the partition column. Okay, so I'm not declaring a department column here. So basically I need to specify the column here, partition by uh, the department column name and the data type. Okay, remaining things I'm actually keeping default. Okay, so basically comma separate input. So if you don't provide stored as text file, it is going to be taken as the default text file. Okay, so let's create this table, employee table. We'll open Hive CLI. I think I need to start my services. So this employee records, I'm going to use it. I'm not sure. Employee.txt. Okay, so there are 20 employees records available. Okay, so let me create a table for them. So the idea is to create a non-partition table. Okay, so just create an external table, and then so external table you can specify the. I'll break into two lines. Okay. So I'm creating a non-partition table, but it's an external table I'm creating. So when you create an external table, you can specify the location property and where your data is located. So I'm going to provide this location as employee data location, right? So let me do that. Show databases. We are using sales DBS database. Show tables. We have customers and orders. Now let's go and create this non-partition external table, employee table. Now if we query this table, showing the 20 records. Okay, now I'm going to create a partition table, okay, which is a static partition. Okay, what I will do is employee table, all the columns except the department column, because the department column I'm going to consider as a partition table. Sorry, partition column. So I'll create, but this is a managed table I'm creating. I'm not creating external table. So I'm creating it's a managed table, but it's a partition column enabled. Okay. So I'll just create this. So now this table is created. Now I want to, okay, so I will show you, we'll see simple example. No? Before we insert into this record, what we'll do is, we'll take this, select start this table, where uh, department equal to, say, I'll take department A. Okay. And also I'll put order by name, order by first, I'll put first name. Okay, I'll put order by department ID. We will find out just roughly how much time it takes. You will not see much difference, at least. Okay, just we'll find out. Okay, so it returned 9 rows where department ID is CA, and it took 72 seconds. Okay. Okay, let's now insert data into uh, the partition table. So what I'm doing is insert into table name, which is a partition table. I am providing the partition value directly, statics partition. So I'm going to select the data from non-partition table. So I'll just only select employee, which who belongs to department A. I'll insert this. So let's this run. Okay, this is done. Okay, let me run for other two department as well. So this is for department B. Okay. Okay. Now let me run that the select query. We have one more department to load, but still we'll try to um, run the select query on this table. Select star from this table where equal to A order by employee. So it took actually 52 seconds. Okay, the earlier query took 72 seconds. Same 9 rows it returned. This also 9 rows. It took 51 seconds. So so basically, what we are doing when you use partition column, we are segmenting those record into separate directory, right? Okay, so let me show you the how internally it's stored. Then you'll have more understanding. So when we use partition, so it's going to create a subdirectory in your SDFS, the warehouse directory. Okay, let's start a new session. Localhost. Okay, user directory, I, warehouse, we go to sales DB. In the employee partition table, so you see there is a inside your directory of employee partition table. You also have two subdirectories, department equal to A and department equal to B. So inside this subdirectory, you will have those employees who belongs to department A. Okay, so what it does is, when you query, it will not go and look for entire table scan, which is a entire file scan. Instead, it will just based on the where condition you pass, so it will just go into look into this respective directory and pull the records. So, which this will improve the performance of your select query. Okay, so this is how the partitioning works. Okay, even when you put dynamic partition also, it will have only thing is the loading part is different while when you do dynamic partition, but the logical way of selecting only certain rows based on your partition column is same for dynamic partition as well. Let's do that. Okay, this is we loaded the we created the partition table, right? We get the static partition. We can do so if you have a static partition for dynamic, sorry, external table. Okay, this is a managed table, right? If you have external table, what you can do is you can create this table. This one, right? Okay. Okay, so we can actually provide external table. So if it is external table, okay, so what you can do is we can modify your table. This is just to create a table, right? Let me wrap into two lines. So we create a external table, okay, and then we alter the table and provide the partition value. This is static partition. This is not dynamic partition. Okay, I think you have to. Here, what we did is we just we loaded the whatever we did till now on this table is a managed table. So we just provide the partition value and selected the data from other table. Say if you have an external table, your data is already segregated like this path, right? So there is a certain path inside that you already have one directory for department, and your all records which relates to that department is already segregated. So then you can do alter the table and provide the partition value and give this path. Similarly for other department as well. This is a static table with static managed external table with static partition. Do you have any question on the static partitioning?
So what if I insert in the line number 88,
Okay.
I'll tell department A, but while inserting, I'll insert department C. Will it accept or it will error out?
No, it will accept because there is no kind of
okay.
Check.
Checking. Okay.
It's our responsibility to take care of the data quality things. What are the uses of external tables? External table generally when you have your data already sitting in the SDFS, which is managed by you, right? So basically, if the data is already managed by you, so certain directories, so some sources will generate data to your HDFS directory. Okay, so you can map that data and then work on the external table. So the difference between a managed table and external table, for managed table, the Hive is going to manage your data in the warehouse directory. In case of external table, you are going to manage the data. That's the difference. Both creates the table interface for you to do the like it is going to create the table like structure or table interface for you to do analysis. That's a different. End
But
of the day,
external
table
table
is
we may not.
available for you. Sorry.
External table we may not go for parallel processing, right? It just stays in one server.
No, no. Both tables parallel processing will happen.
But external lies on one server only, right?
No, 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 not
One
like
node
that. No.
only.
See, when you store HDFS, it's basically distributed.
Oh, okay. But external is on our file system, right? Local file system or
No,
HDFS?
no. HDFS only.
Oh, HDFS. Then it's
HDFS only. Yeah. No, external table. Yeah. Sorry, that farthest will be HDFS only.
okay.
No, no. Only one load for managed table only. We'll use loading the data. We use either
Okay.
loading from local or HDFS. So once it is you given to the Hive, it's going to put it in the HDFS. So
HDFS.
further, it is going to be distributed only.
Okay.
Okay. So let me try this dynamic partition example as well. Okay. So okay, there are. Let me take this. Just between the dynamic and static partitioning, there is no definition wise, there is no difference basically. So I've just given for just to differentiate, I just given dyn, but the table creation wise, there's no. You just have to provide the partition by column. Only loading is will be different. Okay, same. I'm just creating one more table for dynamic partitioning. If you look at here, you have a create table name and the column information. Then the okay, so you can use the same link if it disconnects. So that's for the information. Okay, and partition by uh, partition by department. Department is we consider in the partition column and remaining same. Okay, now the loading is going to be a different. Okay, I'll just wrap it into 2 lines. Okay, so this is the table I created. So if you look at here, insert override into the dynamic partition table, and we provide the partition and partition column, but we don't provide the value for partition because in this case example we don't know our data is not segregated based on the department. That's the reason we are going for dynamic partition. Okay, so we'll just we'll read from other table, non-partition table, and the final column, right? So basically you can put all the columns list. In the final column, you should be putting the column which is meant for the partition column. So you should always keep the last column as a partition column. Okay, then it is going to take distinct value from this column and then create a partition for you. So to enable that, we have to enable these 2 properties in Hive session. One is Hive exe dynamic partition equal to true and Hive exe dynamic partition mode equal to non-strict. So you probably enable these two here, and then I think we create the table also. Yeah. So let's run this. Sorry. Okay, so it is loading. Map is 100%. Okay, it's loaded the data. Now let me just query this table. Looks like select. Okay, so it's loaded the 20 rows. Let us check how this in SDFS. Here it is. It's organized like how we done for static partitioning. But this part, we did not provide the department statically, like the values. It's automatically uh, took the distinct columns of department and prepare the partitioning of your data. Okay, so a dynamic partition basically used whenever your data is not segregated already. So that's a scenario where you use dynamic partition. You have any question? Let me know. Else we will proceed with the bucketing concepts. Okay, so good. Not okay. Just a minute. I'm just missing something. Okay, so what is okay? Can we disconnect and connect back again? I guess we have only 2 minutes left. It'll take some time
Yeah.
to. Okay, so please disconnect and connect the same link. We'll discuss about bucketing.